Hey, this is Gilbert from Flotsam and Jetsam, and I just thought upon the anniversary of Ugly Noise that I would just give you a kind of a cool little story that happened to me during the writing of this record. This is right when I came back to the band after a hiatus for a couple years, and I was writing songs on my time off, even though I wasn't participating in the band anymore. And I think some of these songs that I had wrote at that time, I turned them on to AK, and that's when he was like, hey man, we got to get this thing back together and get rolling again on it. So anyways, the story behind Ugly Noise was I was writing it, I wrote it on piano, and the piano part on guitar is like this. And then basically that's what it is. And so I got that far in writing it, and I put some mock drums behind it just so I can get the energy levels and stuff on it. And starting to put together a basic structure of it, and all of a sudden, boom, lights were out. And so I kind of looked around. All the lights in my house were out. The refrigerator light, everything was out. So looked out the windows, and I can still see my neighbor's lights, and the street lights were all still on. So luckily, I was fully not in my pajamas at the time. But so I went outside, and I looked up the street, and there was about 4 or 5 boys, like teenage boys, just trucking down the street. So yeah, apparently these kids had broken into my circuit box and turned off all the breakers in my house. Haha, funny, huh? Don't do this at home, kids. Don't do this to people. It's not cool. Anyways, I hopped in my truck and I chased them down to kind of scare them a little bit, and caught one of them and took him back to his parents' house. And he actually lives on the street over behind me now. I think he's a college graduate at this point. Well, yeah, he's probably a college graduate at this point, but so it was a few years ago. And anyways, I was able to recover all my files because of Command S. Yes, so I guess this is public service message too. Command S, save your work, because otherwise I probably would have lost a lot of Ugly Noise. And from then on, it was kind of history. He sent it off to Newstead. He wrote some lyrics for it. And that is the story of how Ugly Noise was made. It should be called Ugly Boys Who Turned Out My Lights. Cheers, motherfuckers.